I'm like, here's your fucking hot dog. Fuck you. Stick it up your fucking ass, motherfucker. And he's like, no, fuck you, buddy. And I'm like, no, fuck you.
Restaurant Punk, what's up?
Restaurant Punk.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to this week's episode.
We had an interesting prelude to this episode, working our way into the filming part of it. So we may be a little on edge. A little bit.
I might be.
Liz?
Yeah.
I feel like you on edge is dangerous.
Have you seen me on edge before?
I don't know. Have you ever been on edge in a restaurant? Like you just go into work and you're like, you know what?
Yeah, every day.
F everybody
No,
today.
not here.
This
Years
is
ago.
me.
Yeah.
How did that look like?
No, years. I don't know. This is when I was younger. I did that. I had no shame.
Well, what did that look like?
I was rude.
How rude?
I was
like how
I was so indifferent.
How far would you take the rudeness?
No, I'm gonna say I was indifferent. Like a lot of things that I see now from servers, the indifference they have when they're taking your order, just in terms of like engaging you, like that was me. Like you could have said something, you could have made a joke, and I just didn't care. I just was not interested.
Before you did care, because
No, I didn't care when I was younger.
you didn't care.
No, I did not care. Now I care. Like
Now
now,
you care.
I'm very much, I try to engage everyone.
But you're never rude to customers?
No, but I say things I probably wouldn't say. It's not rude. I think it's funny. He may not think it's funny.
Now, how do you differentiate that? I can't see you being
I don't
rude
try.
to
I
customers.
just
Okay.
do what I think is
So-
amusing to me, and then if it works out, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
So it's not
Fair.
that I've never been like, I've never gone out of my way to be rude to a customer, but I have been accidentally rude.
Tell
Because
us.
like just sometimes like I've been busy or like I've been like working the floor and then like somebody will like stop me and they'll be like, excuse me, can I get water? And I'll be like, I'll be with you in a moment. And then like
that's
going on to
rude.
like, yeah, like I have accidentally like been like short.
But you have
But
to be
that's the-
sometimes because they don't understand.
Yeah.
They're just seeing you for like
Yeah.
the
for like
30
a split
seconds
second.
and
So,
they
like,
want
I-
to chat, but
Right.
you're like, I have a million other things to do.
Yeah, so like I've been like running
talking
around,
to
like
me.
even like as a server, like I've been like running around and like doing like 100. Mostly like as a server, I've been accidentally like rude with people or like short because it's like I'm trying to do like 100 things, especially like if you're like a server in like an understaffed restaurant and you're like trying to like run around
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get 1,000 things done, and like this person's like, "Excuse me, can I have ketchup?" And you're like, "Absolutely." And then it's like, "Excuse me, can I have water?" Just like
Yeah.
you're like doing like the lap, right? Because it's like now at this point you've like have to create like these laps, right, in your mind. And,
Yeah.
like you're picking up things along the way and delivering because it's the only way like
You
any
have to
shit's getting
multitask
done
in a restaurant.
at this point. Yeah, but yeah, then I've been like short.
See, I find myself being rude to people that just ask me the dumbest questions. Does the lemon chicken Greek come with chicken? Is
Yeah.
the number one question. And I'm like, that's when I find myself, I have to be rude in a comedic way.
I would have said,
to
so if you
bring
were
it
to
to their
guess,
intention
if you were to guess,
that the question is just so ridiculous.
Right. I feel like it would be really difficult for like a customer to pick up on you being like rude.
you.
Yeah, like you, like you
Me is
specifically. I
obvious.
Well,
feel like
see,
it would.
you guys know me. Customers know me for, I'm going to call it a micro interaction of 45 minutes.
Right.
And I'm at their table for a total of what? 5 minutes
Yeah.
through that whole thing. So they don't know me as a person,
Right.
but I just don't handle really dumb questions.
I'm actually
I just
really good
easily
with that.
when
Nowadays,
I
I
am
am.
in the front of the house.
I want to see like Pete like tear somebody up in
Yeah,
like
me
the
too, that'd be
restaurant.
great.
Yanni's seen me get angry maybe twice, but like,
I think he's up to 3.
Oh yeah, I heard you
no.
threw a spatula. this
No,
year,
he's
or
up to
spoon
3.
or some shit.
Because for a long time, I think he said 1, and then like a few years later, it was
I
like
know
2.
the-
I
I know
think it's
the-
3 now.
He got clocked for the 3rd this year.
You
this
did?
summer.
Okay, it did
Yeah.
happen.
this
okay.
year? What
Yeah.
happened this year?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it, but I heard like that you came in to a restaurant and you had just tried to like instate like all these things and like you just were like instated it, and it was like you came into the restaurant and you were like, I don't understand it. Why isn't it done? We've been going over this again and again. And you like threw some shit, and Yanni was like, yes, Pete, yes, let it out.
All right, after this is what? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Uh huh.
that wasn't even 100%. That was like 50%.
Frustration.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
just frustration. But like, I feel like you got to let that out sometimes.
You like throw plates? What'd you throw?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I think I blacked out for 2 minutes when that whole scene took place. But you have to do that sometimes because All right. So if you're working in a restaurant, right? I'm a specific type of boss. I'm very laid back. I'm easygoing. I give so much freedom as long as nobody takes advantage of it, right? But that one time when you bust out and you're just furious or annoyed or whatever it is that you're feeling and you unleash it, people take you in a whole different way. They'll fix everything immediately. And I think that's what happens to me, except on that situation that happened this year. I didn't think they realized how to fix it. I think that was an issue beside the point. But on the other aspect, on the customer end of it, I feel like there are servers that can execute certain
like
comments
quips.
with
quips, and it like works.
Yeah.
Actually, I was at a restaurant, one of our restaurants, and I was a guest at night, and I was eating, and the server went around and told somebody, they were like, "You can sit down," and it was like really funny. And and the customer thought it was funny. It was like a whole thing, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?"
You got to get the right person.
Yeah,
but it was
you
like
got to get the right person.
It was like quasi serious, right? Because it's like they needed to sit down.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was also delivered in like just like the way that it was delivered in the timing that it was delivered. It was like perfect. And the customer thought it was funny. Everybody was like, and I think the guy's wife, or like the guy's wife was like, "Come on, Jim, sit down." Like, it was, yeah. But I think you can be rude sometimes in a funny way.
See, I think that's where Yanni shines, because I can see people. Yanni can be rude to people if they're rude to him. He's just never blatantly rude to somebody for no reason at all. And they're rude to him, and he's rude to them, and they're already sitting and they're whatever. But by the end of the night, Yanni has this way of talking and speaking to the people or the table or whatnot, and they just leave best friends. And then next time they bring back a whole other group with them.
Yeah.
Some people just have that natural talent to be able to do that.
Right.
Those are great servers right there. Those are great. I could probably count on my two hands the amount of them I've come across in my life.
Right.
When
That are really that good.
When I was in my 20s, I had a hard time like having those kind of conversations, engaging my customers. I just felt uncomfortable because I honestly at that time I didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't care about your life. I didn't care like where you went shopping. I didn't care. It sounds terrible, but now, right? When you as you get older and you go out, even if it's to go to get a cup of coffee, and people are indifferent towards you and they can't be bothered, it makes you feel a certain kind of way. So it wasn't until I started having that happen to me that I started being more conscious of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also too, working in a high volume nightclub, that's really hard. So working in a restaurant, I don't care how busy it is a lot easier than that. The stress level, right? Because you figure they're drinking. I work in a casino. They're losing their money and people become very irate. So now anything that happens in the restaurants, to me, it's a piece of cake. So I don't have a problem at all now in restaurants. But I mean, there's times bartending, I mean, it is tough. It is really tough. Like this one guy, we were so busy at this one bar and I made him drinks, like he had a group of people, brought the drinks, came back, and then you need another drink. I come back, and finally I couldn't take it. I said, I hate you. And he gave me $20.
So
just so you know.
How'd they take that?
Like,
he gave me a good tip.
yeah.
He hooked it up.
There you go.
Because he knew he was like running me but it was putting me behind with other
Now,
customers.
did you say it in like all seriousness, or did you say joking and then that sinister
I might have said,
smile?
I fucking hate you, but it was joking, but it was serious. Like, I was.
He understood where you were
I
coming
meant
from.
it. He knew I meant it, but I was just trying to point the fact.
I don't think I've ever
idiot.
said I hate you to a customer.
it was 4th of July weekend, right? I think it might have even been the 4th of July. And this is up on the boardwalk, right? And the place is just, it's coming unglued, man. Just like people like everywhere. It's like just like stacks of people like lined up like around the counter. Like people are like waiting for their food. People are waiting to order. And it's just like people everywhere. I don't know what happened. Somewhere in the mix, this guy's hot dog it was gone. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know. There's tickets. When I'm talking about like the tickets are coming in, it's like you're literally getting maybe like 5 tickets at a time. Like, and it's just like 5 tickets go in, a minute goes by, here come 3 tickets, here come 5 tickets, 3. It's like a constant flow of like tickets up there, So somewhere in the process, this guy, his hot dog is gone. So now he's like starting to get agitated, right? Because it's been like an amount of time and it's just a fucking hot dog.
Yeah.
Right, so now he's like poking around and he's like, "Hey man, give me my fucking hot dog." And I'm like, "Yeah man, the hot dogs are coming." Right, and I'm like cooking and I'm like working. And he's like, "Yeah, I want my money back right now." And I'm like, "Sir, There's no money back. All sales are funded, no refunds, returns, or exchanges. Everything's coming. Everybody's going to get their food. So I'm working right like a fucking octopus. The arms are going. Pieces of meat are flying. Who knows what the fuck is happening? I don't even know.
I can't wait to come and watch you cook one day.
So, so now he's being like really persistent. And he's like, I want my money back. And I was like, sir. And now he's just like getting under my skin. It's already like hot. I'm already agitated because I'm like,
I'm waiting for the
like 20
explosion.
hours in. So like I just fucking erupt on this guy and I'm like, here's your I'm like, you want your fucking hot dogs? Like I take the hot dog and I'm like smashing out. I'm like, here's your fucking hot dog. Fuck you. Stick it up your fucking ass, motherfucker. And he's like, no, fuck you, buddy. And I'm like, no, fuck you.
I can't even picture this happening.
This fucking guy. Yeah, and I like fucking tore into this fucking dude. I was like fucking like I cursed him out, man. It was bad.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Well,
I think that was like
love that.
We're gonna have to bleep out half that story. I've never heard you curse that much before.
Oh, you weren't here the last week.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but that
yeah.
just to like relay the
Oh my
like,
god!
like my
Yeah.
interaction with that guest. Yeah.
Cannot picture Nick doing that. Like I know Mr. Cool, calm, and collected Nick.
Yeah, well, that's just a completely different environment.
Wow.
And that brings out like a different animal. Like I've told somebody else, like one time I was like, yeah, your fucking whore wife or something. And I said some shit like that. He was like, what did you say to my wife? And I was like, fuck you. And I ran down. I was like out.
Wow.
And
You know what I love about this video right now? We have no advice
At all.
for anybody out there
Look,
for what we've just
here's the reality
explained.
of the situation.
We just told you the tales from the crypt right
Yeah.
now.
No, but like, look, here's the reality of the situation. Always try to maintain composure.
Of course, yeah.
You know, is it inevitable that composure can and will be lost at a certain point? Yeah, everybody has their limit and everybody has like that ceiling. And then once you've reached that ceiling, you could be the nicest person, you know, that people know.
Yeah.
Right. But there's always that, you know, there's always that limit. There's always that ceiling. Not
I think
everybody's going to eat
my
your
two
shit
cents
forever.
to build up on that is try to be a guest at that moment. Don't be a part of the situation. Just be there to experience this burst of whatever
Oh yeah, that's
come
fun.
out.
I mean, that's fun too. I mean, like, you know, it's fun to see like people explode. If you're like another like diner or like you're another guest,
yeah.
it's definitely fun
Well,
to like
Liz,
watch that happen.
Anything on
I've
your
had
part
to
before
lose
we
their
finish
shit.
up?
I had many instances where when I worked in a nightclub and someone didn't either give me enough money. Well, usually they didn't give me enough money or they didn't pay. And it's busy. There's like, 4 or 5 deep for my bar. And all of a sudden I'm like, you will not steal from me. And I will fly over the bar, like fly over and then get my man. I'm like, you owe me more money. And I'll never forget this guy ordered, it was a Hennessy and Coke. And he just casually, because it was crowded, he just figured he could just keep walking through the crowd and he took the drink and walked away. I see which way he's walking. So I'm like, I ran over, past the bar, it was a long bar. I jumped over and stopped him like going somewhere. You'll be $15. And that's, people love that shit. The customers seeing it, they love it. But then you got to fly back over. But I never did it again. The time I jumped back over the bar and I landed on a speed pour on the bottle and it punctured like right below my butt. But I didn't know that. I thought I was gonna have a bruise. So I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's how
I was
you
like, just
feel
give me a
that before.
second. I'm like, just give me a second. This hurts. It'll be fine. Just give me 1 minute. And I'm like, why is my hand sticky? And I was like this, and there was just like blood everywhere.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so I never do that again. But yeah, sometimes
Wow.
now, so like nowadays, like as I'm older, I don't go.
Yeah,
If you're gonna walk
yeah.
away, you're gonna still go. I'm not gonna chase after you. If you're gonna argue, a lot of times I'm not interested in arguing with you.
Yeah.
I'll let you do your thing, and then I'll get you whatever you
You have
want.
to be kind of careful too, like in the club.
Nowadays,
Like, you know,
yeah.
like you don't really know, like what can happen.
Restaurant
Like,
punk advice. Pay for your drink at the bar or
With
she
Liz.
will hunt you down.
She'll hunt you down. Get your money.
I like that.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, but everybody has their off day.
Yeah.
Everybody
that's
has the day when they're like not having it.
Yeah, but you ever feel like as you get older, you just let more things roll off? You ever notice like when I was younger, like in my 20s, and I would have conversations with senior citizens, a lot of times nothing bothered them because they've seen it all.
Yeah.
But I just feel like as I'm getting older, I've seen it all. So
You've
nothing,
seen it, so it's
doesn't bother me.
redundant at this point.
So
Yeah.
if people make you really mad and you feel like you can't take it, just like let it roll off. Because honestly, at the end of the day, they're the douchebag, not you. And you don't have to go home with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
like
just,
that. Yeah.
or you could just tell them to get fucked and just enjoy the rest of your life.
And there's that.
Nod and smile. There's a bunch of different ways to handle it.
Yeah.
Liz's way guarantees you get your money back.
Yeah, chase them down.
Liz definitely gets her money.
Yeah.
My
that's
way
it.
is not great. Don't do it.
I nod and smile. And then I blow up in some random date down the road, and I let everything out
No, but
on people that don't deserve it.
Oh, that's fucked up, Pete.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I don't do that.
Okay,
Restaurant
and that's
Punk,
that.
thank you for
Restaurant
joining
Punk.
us and hearing our
We're out.
tales.
Yep. Bye.
Late.
we out.
Peace. You guys are fucking crazy.
The customers complain.
What?
You guys are fucking crazy.
I was bad. I
Me?
would.
Well, yeah. You almost killed a guy with a hot dog.
Well, fuck that guy.
Restaurant Punk, what's up?